we do have time for questions and answers. We have a microphone here and a microphone there. So please come forward if you have questions.
First, I want to thank you so much for coming out. I don't even know if you know how much it means to the people here, me especially, huge followers. So thank you very much for whoever put this on and getting Napoleon out here. It's very, very nice of you. Great to have you out here. I got a couple questions. I mean, if no one else is going to come up. I mean, I could go all day with questions. But first off, it's 1995. Suge Knight bails Tupac out. I'm assuming you're with Gaddafi at this point. You're in the East Coast. What's going through your mind?
At this point, I remember when we got the phone call, I was at my grandmother's house. And I remember Pop called himself. And he was like, man, I'm just calling, you know, and I bailed out this and this and this. And I was really excited. And he's like, I'm on my way to LA in a couple weeks. I'm going to fly you out there. I was really excited, you know what I mean? Because I knew that he had a lot of big plans for us, you know?
That's nice. Did he have any, like, propositions for what was going to go down? All Eyes on Me, was that in the making in prison, or was that when everybody got out there and collaborated?
Most of the songs was when he made it in his prison. He made it in prison. Pop, he was one of the dudes that had a lot of big plans. I remember he was going to be one of the first hip-hop artists that he wanted to do actually a play. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to do a play. We're going to make songs. We're going to do, and when we go on tour, actually we did it. While he doing his performance, it's a play. He was like, we're going to do this. We're going to make movies. He had a lot of big plans, you know what I mean? And when he got out there, most of the songs he did in prison, but most of the songs he did in the studio. You know?
Thank you. Second question would be the album Better Days. You're on that a lot. Outlawz are all over that CD. It's posthumous for Tupac, obviously, because he passes away in '96, but that comes out in 2002. What's the background behind that? How does something like that take place where he passed away in '96 and then it comes out almost 6 years later?
Basically, because Pop, man, he was in the studio every single day. And he did about 3 or 4 songs a day, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when he passed away, he literally had hundreds of songs. He just worked nonstop. So that gave him the opportunity to continue to put his records out. You know, he was just a workaholic, man.
Got you. And I guess last question would be, in the East Coast, West Coast beef, because I studied a little bit, did you have a role in it? What's going through all your guys' minds when you're on the West Coast, even though you have a loyalty to the East Coast still, and you got Suge Knight, P. Diddy, all these guys talking bad about the West Coast, and you know the '96 MTV Awards and all that. What's going on? What's going through your guys' minds then?
Basically, we did some songs that probably sparked some of that East Coast West Coast beef. We really was in the middle of it, even though we was from the East Coast, but we had the whole New Jersey backing us. So when we came to the East Coast, man, we get met with about 200 or 300 people from Jersey, similar to the MTV Awards, what happened, you know what I mean? So it was one of the things that we was in the middle of it, and I think we wasn't thinking that it could spin out of control. I think the media really had a big input in it by making it bigger than what it is, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of one of those things that the media took hold of it and kind of spin out of control. And it just went from there, you know. Pop was just doing it because I remember one time Pop said out of his own mouth, he said, to be honest, I was doing some thinking, I really don't want to see Biggie get killed. You know what I mean? So he let you know that he really didn't want to get to the point where people die over that. That's what it was, they died over it. You know?
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Brother, I was listening to your story about how you grew up. I can kind of relate to that. My thing is, it's like where I come from, it's like East St. Louis. It's in Illinois, it's not in Missouri. The thing is, it's like all we had was projects and strip clubs growing up and stuff like that. So I found that I had to get away, you know, from everything. Because I can go to the mosque and make prayer with the brothers. I feel more comfortable with the brothers than I do out there in public. Because as long as you're living that lifestyle, it's still going to be there. You're not going to walk away from it. The thing is, I think, is we need to stop living in the past. You know, like point fingers at people, because we are our children's. We're their future. They only know what we teach them.
Exactly.
So as growing up, if we're pointing fingers at each other, we're not going to come in as a whole.
Yeah.
And inshallah, that's what I think it'll take to make change. What do you think about that?
I agree with you, you know. And change we start with ourselves, though, you know what I mean? And we got to start, even Allah said in the Quran that He won't change the condition of the people until they change the condition within themselves first. You know what I mean? So, like what you did, like how you told me you got tired of the way you was living, you said you just got up, came to California to start your life over, you know what I mean? That's similar to the man that killed 99 men. He got sick of it, he got up and he changed his environment, you know? So that was one step, you know what I mean? Allah make it easy.
Like I worked in Halal slaughter shops and stuff like that, you know, as long as I was around the brothers, but the minute I hit that bridge and came back to East St. Louis, you know, because they're steadily building other projects, you know, strip clubs, but they ain't got no normal jobs for us out there, you know, other than the block, you know. So that's how they invert it, you know. We're our own, we can be our own downfall, or we can be our own uplift.
That's good, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
You know how hip-hop started as a progressive movement and then went to a phase of gangsta, like basically gangsta rap, you know? And it's kind of returning now to, like with Immortal and Lupe and most stuff. Do you think it's going to continue becoming more progressive, or do you think it's still going to revert back to...
I think the way hip-hop is controlled right now, that the people that's running the music industry to the point that they put more money into gangster music. It's designed like that. You know what I mean? Gangster music sells. This is a society where gangster movies sell, gangster music sells, and the music industry is built that way. You know what I mean? Even when I left out the music industry, I remember I had a meeting with a guy from, I ain't gonna say his name, from Virgin Records, and he said, man, I'll tell you right now, as Muslim, he said, I give you $1 million right now, $1 million record deal right now. If you go back in the studio and you do like all the enemies, this Mobb Deep, everybody, Tupac is dissing. If you start doing a song right now, the record company give you a deal right now. And this was the time I was Muslim and I was trying to do more positive music. So I came up there with some positive stuff. They said, no man, you Pop used to see this protege. If you diss Mobb Deep in them, right now you get a record deal. You know what I mean? So it's designed for that type of stuff. You know.
And then, do you respect any hip hop artists today?
I don't really know, because I don't listen to music anymore. I don't really know what hip hop artist is out today. I think the last time I heard some boy, this dude's name was so funny, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it got to that level, you know what I mean? Like, I still got friends in the music industry. Freeway, he's a good friend of mine, with some brother, BBC group, you know what I mean? There's some people that I still know from that industry that I respect as friends. All the members of the Outlawz, my whole group, they all Muslim now. So it's like certain people that I respect because just on the level of who they are, you know what I mean? But I don't really know too much.